At this time, we're going to have a chance to hear from our holding company's president, Dan Kingsley. Dan is a director here at Lake Country Power and also the president of our holding company. Dan is from District 6. Dan, come on up.
Thank you, Craig. Welcome, everyone. I'll be relatively brief, but good evening. As president of Lake Country Power Holdings Incorporated, I want to report that 2022 was another success following the sale of the LCP member-owned subsidiaries. As many of you know, Lake States Tree Services and Lake States Construction, now Zeeley's Tree Service and Lake States Construction LLC, respectfully, were sold by Lake Country Power Holdings on January 1st, 2022. The two companies were overseen by Lake Country Power Holdings, which consists of a board of directors, of which I am president. The sale allowed the co-op to focus on its core business of providing safe and reliable electric services. Since the subsidiary sale, the two businesses have continued to prove beneficial for Lake Country Power. Through new service contracts negotiated by the co-op, saving it millions of dollars down the road in construction and maintenance costs. Third-party labor contracts have been on a steady climb between 35 and 100% over pre-pandemic levels year over year. The service agreements negotiated by Lake Country Power Management with the subsidiaries during the sale are expected to save members a substantial amount of money over the 5-year life of the contract, including savings realized in the year prior. Having a known cost for these services, including right-of-way clearing, is a huge advantage for Lake Country Power, especially considering the unknown costs associated with labor contracts on the open market. The holding company expects to reduce its meetings to quarterly at a minimum. Excuse me. Now, many of you might be asking what's next for Lake Country Power Holdings. It will continue to operate despite the subsidiary sale, collecting rent of property associated with the newly formed companies, and more. The holding company expects to reduce its meetings to quarterly at a minimum. Lake Country Power Holdings will remain intact as currently structured with a board of directors should the co-op ever choose to purchase another subsidiary. Lake Country Power Holdings will always be ready to move forward as representatives of your co-op. I will close by wishing you all a safe and successful 2023 and continuing our working relationship with those two companies in the future. Please drive safe leaving tonight, and thank you for coming.